Everybody, quick video today, real quick. Even though this is information, it isn't any kind of medical information. Thus, it cannot be construed as medical misinformation. Okay, YouTube? And besides, everything in this article that I'm about to read is probably false anyway. For sure, it has to be, right? So, we good? All right, let's go. Dangers of sleeping with a blanket over the head is, well, some of the title of this article we're about to read. And then they also talk about using wearable blankets instead of blankets. So it's pretty clear to see all they're doing is trying to sell you something, right? So everything within this article is probably BS, just to sell you shit. So now that we've established that, let's read, but only the pertinent parts. Number 1. Now, you still with me? The dangers of sleeping with a blanket over the head. Postulate number 1. Brain damage. The zombie apocalypse is coming. The zombie apocalypse is here. Continuing. This isn't a joke. Covering your head while sleeping can YouTube can contribute to brain damage. Obviously, it's all BS. Evidence, they don't have any evidence, shows that 23% of people who sleep with their head under the covers develop dementia. Dementia refers to a decline in mental ability severe enough to interfere with daily life, with Alzheimer's disease being the most common form of dementia. Crazy, isn't it? Probably not true. Definitely not. It cannot be true. The reason why covering your head, continuing from the article, raises dementia risk is that it restricts airflow through the mouth and nose. What? That's not logical. Therefore, the brain receives insufficient fresh air needed for proper function. Brain needs fresh air to function properly? When this happens over a long period of time, it leads to the aforementioned consequence. These people can't even write an article grammatically correctly, so obviously everything they say has to be wrong. Number 2, unclean air. Even when you sleep, the body and brain still need air. So when you're like walking around, it also needs air. Is that what they're implying here? Man. Oh, what a bunch of dum-dums. However, when you are covered by a duvet or blankets, or whatever you use, you don't inhale clean or fresh air. What? Do you have a scientific study you could cite to prove these bold assertions? Because you create womb-like residence under the covers. As a result, you inhale dirt, dust, and bacteria. Come on, man. That are buried underneath your blankets. Basically, this seemingly innocent habit creates a dust-filled bubble for your breathing. The zombie apocalypse. So wait, bacteria, and if, bacteria make us sick, they say, right? Could you get sick just because you're sleeping under the blanket, restricting your breathing? You think you get a respiratory disease from doing that? Wow. Whoa! Inhaling particle-filled air can trigger your allergies, which further makes sleeping uncomfortable. You also breathe dangerous chemicals and dust trapped in the weave of your... Well, you know what. Number 3, increases carbon dioxide levels. A research studying the oxygen... Where's the citation? Come on, guys. Seriously. Like seriously. A research studying the oxygen and carbon dioxide concentrations when covering your head was conducted. Participants were covered with one sheet and one blanket for 10 minutes, then with an additional one sheet and 2 blankets for 10 more minutes. It was discovered that oxygen levels, additional and 2 blankets, right? So like putting layers and layers of stuff over your mouth, your head, I mean. It was discovered that oxygen levels decreased to 18% from 20.9%, whereas carbon dioxide concentration increased from 0.4% to 2% in just a minute. Overtime oxygen lowered to 16.5%, raising to 4.1%. Huh. So we're being told that increased carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere are bad, right? Just bad. Bad for everything and everybody. Right? So why would you do that to yourself? In just 1 minute, the carbon dioxide levels more than quadrupled, quintupled almost. Yeah, they did, exactly. Right? With oxygen dropping almost 3%. And then over time, which probably means 20 minutes, just 20 minutes, oxygen lowered to 16.5% with, and they missed that there, CO2 raising to 4.1%. So CO2 concentrations were increased tenfold in just 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Now, how long do some people cover their head for, right? On the daily. Huh. This doesn't pose a significant threat to healthy individuals per se, especially when partaken once in a while. Prolonged covering of your head, however, will result. Really, can you really make these forceful declarative statements without citing any science? Will result in less oxygen circulating in the blood and the brain. Some people feel dizzy, zombie apocalypse like a mother flower. On the other hand, individuals with congestive heart failures or related conditions are at risk of a host of problems like arrhythmias and hypoxia. Difficulty falling asleep, suffocation risk. Damn, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Lack of alertness in emergency situations, right? You may not be able to sense if some of your sensory apparatus is being covered up. You may not be able to sense something. You could become, at least to a degree, senseless, right? Zombies. So, you know, this has been known for quite some time, if not forever. I remember being a kid and enjoying sleeping under the blanket. I think it was the lack of oxygen that helped me fall asleep. Oh boy. But also at the same time learning at a very young age. I think I figured it out on my own as I was starting to suffocate here and there a little bit. That, learning at a very young age that's just probably not very good for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I must have been like 8, 9 years old. Huh. Yeah. This crisis in the world today has literally, not only has it been a massive IQ test, and most people unfortunately failed. Yes, I know, I'm being kind of funny, you know what I mean? But it's also been, it has helped us separate men from boys, yeah, women from girls, adults from children, all right? If you can't figure this shit out, when a little 9-year-old boy can, right? If you can't figure this shit out, I mean, how infantile must you be? You know what I mean? So, don't sleep. Or do. I mean, this is, these people are selling some kind of wearable blankets. So, this is probably just all propaganda and lies. So, don't look at this. Oh, how cozy and cute. Something's missing in this photo. Don't you think something's missing? Like, the burqa is almost complete, but something is missing. Something is missing. Anyway, that's my video, I guess. Sleeping under the covers is, I don't know what it is, but do it at your own risk, right? And yes, ladies and gentlemen, people are getting sick. Imagine that. Welcome to life, where death is a reality. Take care.